A good Thursday morning to you. Thanks for being with us here for a CBS 8 Plus extended forecast where temperatures are looking beautiful this afternoon. We're making it to the 70s today and tomorrow before a dramatic cool down comes for the weekend. The weekend will also incorporate quite a bit of cloud cover and a chance for showers. Whereas today, hey, you got the sun beaming through. It couldn't be a better start to the day. Mostly in the 40s and 50s for the morning hours, and that'll be the case for tomorrow morning as well. But by the afternoon, how about this? 10-15 degrees warmer than normal as we make our way to the mid 70s. Now, the reason why we're seeing these temperatures warm up so much compared to average and why we have so much sunshine on hand is because of this offshore winds that are very breezy across the mountains and the deserts. We're seeing that wind come over the mountaintops, and what we see is that as it lifts over the mountains, that air compresses, and that compressed air warms up dramatically. So when that air comes down the backside of those mountains toward your valley floors and toward your coastline, there's nowhere to go but to bring that warm, dry air to those locations. And that's where we're warming up and keeping our skies clear. Speeds 15 to 25 miles per hour. Those are your sustained speeds. Gusts could climb up to 50 miles per hour. So it's a breezy one, especially for your inland valleys and for your mountaintops. That wind advisory in effect from 6 a.m. so earlier today all the way through Friday at 6 p.m. So you got a decent stretch of time on that, about 36 hours in total that we could be seeing those gusty winds. Areas in purple are where we're most concerned about. This isn't going to reach the magnitude that it did a couple weeks ago where we saw, say, down trees and power lines, but it could still disrupt some things. So high-profile vehicles, take caution over those mountain passes. You see how by the time we get to about 5 p.m., we're going to be running into gusts towards 40 miles per hour in Alpine, 40 in Julian, Pine Valley 37. So it's going to be quite breezy out there, and those winds are mainly going to be coming from the east. East to northeasterly winds are what we're going to be seeing. They die down a bit by the early morning hours of tomorrow, but you can see 11 p.m. still very breezy out there. We die down slowly throughout the rest of your Friday. 3 p.m. or so, we're still going to have that wind advisory in effect, but it expires then a couple hours later, 6 p.m. So all of these wind gusts that are starting to send that warm, dry air towards us, driving down our humidity values, so we're staying dry outside, sunshine with a ridge of high pressure continuing to build, and then a quick change in the forecast as a trough of low pressure sinks down the western U.S., and as it does so, it will bring in a couple big changes. Number one, it will promote onshore flow, so these winds will shift and start to send their way from the coast toward your mountaintops and your deserts, and that'll be cool, moist air from the ocean. We also incorporate that chance for showers. All of this is going to change things up in terms of your temperatures. It'll cool us down dramatically, and this all comes in time for the weekend. So tomorrow, Friday, still very comfortable and dry out there, 70s in the forecast. Clouds start to build by the afternoon, and then going into Saturday morning, we start to incorporate some of that shower potential. This is not going to be all that dramatic of a storm. Most of these models give us scattered light showers off toward the coastline, especially from late Saturday into early Sunday. You see that green all across the Pacific going toward the coastline. What we're going to be seeing is, again, 1/100th of an inch up to maybe 1/10 of an inch. Possibility of a rain-snow mixture out there toward the mountaintops, and all of that is going to culminate to some wet roads to start off your Sunday, maybe even some drizzle out there for Super Bowl Sunday. So factor that in, but don't let it ruin, say, any plans that you have outdoors. Just remember that we do have this change in the forecast that allows for some moisture Saturday into Sunday and much cooler temperatures. But enjoy the warmth that we have, all the more reason today and tomorrow. Look at the spots on the map where we could hit 80 degrees today. You got Fallbrook, Vista, and Oceanside all expected to see 78 as that forecast high. You head off toward El Cajon, 79 degrees. They beat that forecast model by 1 degree, and they have a high of 80 for the afternoon, where average is typically 66 or so. So big change, about 14 degrees off of that afternoon high. When we go into tomorrow, we're not going to have the same potential to reach the upper 70s. We'll drop by a hair, but it's not going to be all that noticeable. What you're likely going to notice more into Friday is the building of clouds, and then what you'll really notice is that going into Saturday, those afternoon highs drop dramatically down to the 60s out there. Sunday holds on to the cold temperatures. In fact, we might even get a bit colder. You got that rain that builds from Sunday, and then will dry out Monday. Temperatures will boost by a few degrees, and then sadly, Valentine's Day looks like it could be a little wet. Right now we are expecting some scattered showers out there. Neither of these days, Sunday or Tuesday, are we expecting anything too robust. We're looking at 1/100th of an inch up to 1/10 of an inch of rain. Mountains and deserts pretty similar out there. We all cool down by the weekend. Temperatures balance out toward the beginning of next week, but we have several opportunities in there for a lot of sunshine. It really is in particular your mountains and your inland valleys for Sunday and Tuesday that we're watching out for. We'll keep you up to date on what we see in terms of the changes of these models. They change really every 15 minutes and sort of come into agreement closer and closer to the date of the wet weather. So we'll be able to give you a more precise forecast likely tomorrow. You can join us tomorrow morning starting at 4:30 a.m. You can also watch all of our Earth 8 stories, our Zevely Zone stories here on the CBS 8 Plus app and on Roku and Fire TV. We appreciate you being with us here this morning. Have a great day. Get out in the sun and enjoy it.